Oh my goodness. I am so grateful in this moment. And I'm going to do my best to just, try to very calmly and clearly just explain and share with you. Um, and also, a lot of it's probably going to be just as my higher self, and basically how to kind of switch that on and off is it's literally activated by just thinking of pure love. And two really important or special things, at least special within me, happened this afternoon. One was a female individual that recently connected with through social media. She lives in a small cottage town in England, and she has, in fact, been through a very similar experience. Um, and I could tell this much simply by talking to her because there are things that can just only be known through having gone through this experience. Like, you just can't tell somebody some of these things. One, because there's just not the words for them. And two, it's such a unique experience. You're not going to have any other. Remember, I keep talking about you only know what you know, and you have to have a point of reference or like this database, because your higher self or God, it can give you knowledge and information, yes, but if you don't have any sort of point of reference or like something to draw off of from your quote unquote database, then you're not going to be able to make sense of it. Um, and I'm sure that's reasonable enough to most of you. But just talking to her, guys, it was the first time in 3 years that I actually had a moment where I could relate to somebody. And dude, it was remarkable. And she was so loving and kind, and she was understanding. And, I guess just a big difference. And it just doesn't matter how things are really different. And the only reason I'm mentioning it is it just seems like because I was so consumed with studying that science and math and all that kind of stuff, simply because I guess subconsciously the whole time I was kind of working towards the fact, like, if I can just straight up expose or reveal or just demonstrate um, how, like, yeah, this stuff. And when I say open your eyes, I shouldn't say that. I should say when you think you're opening the eyes that aren't actually there. Um, yeah, that's when nothing's there. But anyway, I thought if I could just show you, and I can, and that's actually going to happen very soon, I promise you, because somebody's going to want to, I guess, maybe just see if, I think the expression is put your money where your mouth is, but something along those lines. Somebody with enough knowledge is gonna, I guess, just want to find out, and maybe it's to shut me up, or maybe it's for curiosity's sake. I hope it's for that, or maybe it's because they love knowledge and they really want to make sure that our knowledge is the right knowledge. Because if you do, like, when you really form a relationship with information, like, you just care about it so much, like when I call it, or when I say this sanctity of information, if sanctity is just kind of a foreign word or a different word for you, just think of it as like holy. So, like, yeah, I mean, throughout this thing, I've talked about, like, just as going through the motions, like, information quickly developed into something much more than just information, how we think of it, just a bunch of letters or numbers or however it's being actually presented. It's boring because we went to school, and school was usually boring because it's an institution. Oh man, there's no heart and soul in it. And I guess when I did it by myself this time, but under the influence of the process, and that the process is a real thing, and that'll segue into part 2 here in just a sec. But yeah, so, and not only that, but I also got to learn. I didn't know anything about physics or any of that stuff, so I literally got to learn from the best of the best, and that probably helped. But I'm actually not going to talk about science and math anymore. I'm only going to talk about love and just things that are relevant to just everyday life, like what's going to make us have better understandings of ourselves and just things in general to prepare us for the well, just some changes are going to happen here shortly. But the second one, guys, oh my goodness, and I'm so proud of this individual. I'm not going to use their whole name just because I haven't asked their permission, but I don't imagine why they'd be opposed to it, simply because through private correspondence, they just mentioned subconsciously that, yes, it was the process that helped them do this. And it was so neat. But they made a Facebook post, man, where you could tell, like, it was just love. Like, they weren't worried about if somebody maybe cringed because of what they were saying. This is more than that, guys, because the only thing that makes us cringe is that personality, man. It's that identity that we're all desperate to cling on to because that's all we've known. But that's just the ego, man. And that's its job, is to make you feel like that. So you are not doing anything wrong. And I'm sorry for being frustrated at times. But, once again, just because I do love you guys so much, and this was really hard because I didn't know what I'm doing, and I'm still basically like a big baby right now, just awkwardly trying to figure things out, but I'm going to learn quick. And I promise, if you guys just, man, just maybe just, and some of you, thank you so much for you guys that already are, but just please, 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 just whatever support and encouragement, man, that you can give me, like, I'll use it for all of us. And this is going to happen quick. Just because, once again, I did it the hard way because I didn't know any other way. But since I did it the hard way, I've learned the easy way. And that's, and of course, the journey is all for you guys. So, like, you have to experience some of it on your own, which should be exciting because it's so much fun. And it's gonna be, there's times where it's gonna be frustrating and hard. But overall, guys, man, it's gonna be so neat, I promise. And I'm excited for you guys. And I hope, some of you all feel the same. And like my friend George from back in Greenville, South Carolina, who shared the most beautiful prayer about worrying about everybody other than himself. And he's not praying to win the lottery, or he's not praying to get this thing. He's praying because he loves people, man. And he's starting to see that when you stop worrying about what everybody else thinks, because, your ego, like, yeah, man, you can get out there and just express your love. And it's good and it's free. It's really freeing, guys. Like, it's liberating in the best sense possible. And man, we don't need to worry about, like, if somebody's going to cringe, because we're joyously expressing love. It's one of the best things in life, man. And we're all going to know that here soon enough. So that's why I say, like, just don't even stress it, man. It's not that big of a deal. And I love you guys, man. And if it wasn't for y'all's beauty, I wouldn't have made it through this. If it wasn't for my friend Bo, I wouldn't have done this. If it wasn't from the just wonderful emotional support, the 2 times that this broke me almost, and I had to ask for prayers from everybody. You guys did it. And I love you. And I'm just glad that this happened. And I'm so connected with nature. Dude, I'm outside just pacing back and forth in the grass and just taking it all in. But the neatest thing, guys, and don't trip, like, this is, you're all gonna know this feeling soon enough. But dude, like, I actually got to pace back and forth in this, and I'll show you. And this, to me, this is a beautiful yard. It's all beautiful nature. And I got to walk around in it today as my own creation. And is nature part of me? And look at me. And it's not like my ego, my air. No, man. It's knowing yourself that well, and being like, and really honoring or properly acknowledging your connection. And you guys are going to know it too. And when you feel it, man, let's just, if possible, I'd love to rejoice with you. So anybody that's starting the process or thinking about starting the process, get with me. I can help in whatever possible way I can. I'll do whatever I can for you, man, because I got you, because I love you. And you're going to find out how, you're just going to see what I mean by that. Anyway, you guys take care. Love you all. Bye.